Ugh.
I'm going down south, I'm gonna have myself a time.
Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks without temptation. Going down south, I'm gonna leave my wolves behind. Ample parking day and night, people shouting howdy neighbor.
Going down south, I'm gonna see if I can't unwind. Come on down south, I can meet some friends, man.
Oh my goodness, South Park. Who doesn't love South Park in this community? I'm sorry to all the viewers out there in South Park Amino. Who doesn't like furries or people in fursuits? I don't feel like showing off my face. And I decided to wear a full suit because I felt like it. As you can see right now in this video, I have not gone or seen South Park Amino before, ever in my life. Now I'm going to tell you guys how much I love South Park. As y'all know, I love Rick and Morty. And when I started watching South Park, I'm like, I love this. I'm going to tell you what I think about South Park. Everything, I think. I'm not sure. I'm going to ask the staff once I get there or once I'm done with this video if I could show my face later. I have tried watching South Park numerous times without having to move on watching other shows. I remember the time I watched South Park at the very beginning. I think I was like 8 or 10, where I saw my brother watching South Park in the living room in a different house where I lived in Arizona. I asked him, hey, what are you watching? And then he says, I don't know if I should tell you, but I want to know. I mean, it's called South Park, but you can't watch it. Why? You just can't. It's inappropriate for you. So yeah, I've known South Park since then. I never watched that. Oh wait, no. So I think it was like months, a week, or a day later. I really don't know. It's all fuzzy in my head. I asked my mom if I could watch South Park, and then my brother overheard me and said, no, don't let her watch it. And she's like, why? My brother told her why, because it's inappropriate, and I'm like, I searched it up on Netflix to see for myself, and I saw a movie of South Park. I didn't know about episodes of South Park, so I'm like, oh look, it's South Park, and I just see this weird cover of Satan or something who's, I don't know, it's been a long time. I don't even use Netflix anymore, I use Hulu. That's where I watch South Park. And I started watching it a little bit, and I'm like, hey, this is nice. I don't see how this is bad. Until they got to this movie in South Park about Terrence and Phillip. And I saw this underwear. I'm like, oh no. And then they started to fart and
Show your fucking face, Uncle Fucker.
So like, I should talk to my mom. I mean, if she goes to my Netflix, she's gonna know what I've been watching. So then I showed her the first part of the movie to kind of like, hey, it's not bad. And then she started to see the whole thing, and then she wasn't sure if I should watch it. But, I started watching it, she said, okay, I just hope it isn't bad. So I'm like, cool, okay. So I started watching it in my room, and what was that I just watched? I was very young, I didn't know any jokes or anything. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is like entertainment, because it's funny. Like, poor Kenny, he died, he went to hell, and stuff like that, so whoops. And without even watching South Park, I knew how Kenny looked like. Now, what's funny is that I was curious about how Kenny looked like until he finally showed his face in the movie. I'm like, wow! Right now I'm thinking, I can't believe I was so anxious about knowing his face when there's episodes about it. Now, in episodes, you can see Kenny's hair, you can see his face, so it's not much of a surprise at all. You can even hear his voice without the jacket. So finally, when I was 14, I tried watching South Park on Kiss Cartoon, but you know, Kiss Cartoon has these weird ads, and yeah, I'm screaming. Kiss Cartoon isn't really the best because it buffers a lot, and it's like really slow sometimes, and you get these viruses and stuff. Not viruses, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm like, okay, I'll stop watching South Park. But I did see the 2 episodes where Santa Claus and Jesus fought. I thought it was really funny. And then again, when I turned 15, I started watching South Park again. Now I did watch at least 2 seasons until I started watching other shows like regular shows, Steven Universe. I am a cartoon freak. I will watch cartoons right after I finish watching another one. It's like I love it. I love cartoons. They're the best to me. Finally, I'm still 15, but at least 6 months later, which is almost a day, let's just say 3 weeks ago, I started watching South Park again. I think I'm at around season 14 right now, and I still love South Park. And of course, I got so attached to South Park, even though I did take a lot. So yeah. Now, I had a battle between who I like as a character the most, Kenny or Cartman. Kenny because he keeps dying and it's just like a whole comedy thing, and then Cartman because he's the smartass of the show. He's a complete smartass. Nowadays, I think Kenny's just like, he just dies, whatever, it's getting old. But he stopped dying afterwards. Now, Cartman, I think he's getting a little annoying to me. But then again, without him, it wouldn't be entirely funny. Because he is the smartest. He makes up the idiot choices. So, I think he's still my favorite character of the mains. Now, the secondary characters, Butters is my favorite. Oh, so cute. Like, he's so innocent. And when he starts cussing, you just don't know. And like, what? No, what's going on with him? Dude, I feel bad whenever he gets in trouble with his parents for no reason. And then Cartman just messes him up. And I'm starting to see ships of Cartman and Butters because, of course, Cartman uses Butter because he's the weak one. He's naive. He can fool him. He's easy to fool. So, I don't know. Now, there is something I have been noticing. Kyle and Stan, they get along the most. If Cartman has trouble, he goes to Stan. If Stan has trouble, he goes to Kyle. They get along the best. And I ship them. Not so strong enough for them to, but enough for me to hope one day they'll become couples. Which I know I don't really think so. But maybe in one of the episodes they'll accidentally kiss. Or something, they'll hold hands. I'm not sure. Like those accident times with Cartman and Kyle. Like, I don't see many ships of them. Like, guys, don't you see? Don't you see the relationship in them? Now, I know about Tweek and Craig. There was this episode about Tweek versus Craig where they fought. And lots of people shipped the two. And I'm a little confused, but then I get it. The secondary characters that interacted, but in a negative way. So I don't really see it, but that's okay. Ship them all you want. It took me about season 8 for me to realize Cartman teases Kyle the most because he's Jewish. It took me that long to realize that Cartman hates Kyle so much. And the funny thing about it is that he says, I know what we have to do. We need to kill Name. But most of the time, Kyle and Cartman just hate each other the most. Wow. It took me so long to realize that. They just kept fighting and fighting. It's just crazy. They even fight more than Peter and the rooster. There's a fly in my room! Oh, they're so annoying. It took me today to realize I am obsessed with South Park as much as I'm obsessed with Rick and Morty. My collection of Rick and Morty, I am still obsessed with Rick and Morty. And I hope I don't get away from Rick and Morty and move on to South Park. I still want to be with the both of them. I still want to be a freak to the two because Rick and Morty season 4 and 5 are coming out this year. Well, I don't know about season 5, but I know season 4 is going to come out in November, and I'm really excited. November 25? I don't know. I forgot. I like how Kenny dies so many times in the beginning, and then his mother tells him, or tells her husband how much he had died. And I'm like, is that accurate? Poor Kenny. But that's his power. He is reborn and grows up waking up. Like, grown up and stuff. So that's pretty impressive. But he stopped dying as much as he did before, after season 10. I'm not sure. This is just a calculation in my head that It's just like a theory or an estimate. Yes, an estimate. There, I have noticed something. South Park, as the main characters, have the exact same as any other club. There are 3 skinny boys and then a fat one, and some with different races. So, what's up with that? What's up with that? Where did it first start? Oh well, it's still fun to have drama due to race, weight, and stuff like that. So, whatever. I would not recommend South Park to people who are sensitive to religion, race, and really, really negative humor. But I like the humor. Okay, what else? What else? How does it look? So it took me today to realize I was obsessed with South Park. I saw in my recommendations a bit of South Park because I wanted to know how South Park was made. If South Park nowadays were handmade, but now they're in computer and who are the voice actors. So, yeah, I saw these meme animations of them and I'm like, hey, this is cool. I want to watch them. So, I was loving them. Like, this is hilarious. Hey, I know everyone's name. And it's so cool when you know characters' names. Like, hey, that's Twink, that's Craig, that's Kyle, that's Butters, that's, yeah, that's Mr. Garrison. Now, I'm thinking of joining South Park and doing South Park stuff. The thing is, I have lost motivation in South Park. Shoot. Heck no, that's not true. I have lost motivation in drawing, so I hope I will find ways, you know, like crafting characters from South Park, doing objects from South Park. So that's something I hope I'm gonna do. So what I'm thinking of doing is joining South Park Amino. So here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and join South Park. South Park. Ooh, look at the cover. That's really nice. This is about South Park. That's really cool. A community dedicated to South Park and its fans. Like me! Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and join. Wow! What an active Amino! 207. Look at these artists. That is so cool. Guys, I'm excited. Chat. Recent, I think. Okay. Angel Tweak. Oh, did Tweak die? I love how active. Yes! Yes! Booyah! I love how active this place is. I can't wait to be in the community. Now, when I join Amino, I always read the guidelines. So, where is that? Look, there it is, Anonymous. Rules. Woohoo! I can definitely read all that. Wait. Oh, wait. So this are the rules. Now the rest is just Amino's, and of course I read Amino's rules. So this is not going to be hard, and I hope I will be able to be good. As long as I go by the rules, I will definitely be asking questions to the staff members, and yeah. Woo! There I am. I cannot wait to decorate all this and fill my profile. To fill my profile with posts and stuff like that. Now I have joined South Park Amino. I think that's all I have to say. I mean, I feel like I don't really have anything else to say, but I kind of feel like I'm missing a few things, which I hope I'm not, and if I am, well, I'm just going to put it in the description and on the post. So yes, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do leave a like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.